Or you could slowly open the door.
Camera's still rolling.
It is.
I wasn't pointing it at you.
I'm a loser.
All right, everybody. So today we are going to replace this falling apart, probably 40s or 50s, maybe older, wooden walk-through door. Now this door sits a little bit downhill, so there's always ice and snow and rain here of this little slope here. And there's no threshold. So the bottom of the door has gotten pretty bad. It's not just peeling paint, it's actually wobbling quite a bit. So the bottom of the door frame is gone. Went to our favorite home improvement store yesterday and we picked up a new 32 by 80 is the rough frame, 32 and a quarter it said. It's actually 31 and a half.
31 and a half.
So we didn't, he left the measurements up to me and I'm like, ah yeah, 32. So we've got the door frame sitting here and we're gonna bust this out. We've got some hammers. What else we got? Sawzall. Got a saw. New deadbolt lock. This whole house, small town, no deadbolts, and it's just been padlocked shut all these years and we haven't had trouble. But these days, you don't push your luck. You gotta get things locked up. So this is the first step in this project and we're gonna replace this garage door behind us because it's falling apart and we didn't even realize like how badly falling apart, but same situation. The driveway kind of is running water into here and the slab is shifted similar to, you know, elsewhere. And
A couple of dump truck loads of sand in 1950 would have fixed a lot of it. The driveway comes to it, the sidewalk comes to it, because they just put it in the yard.
yeah,
And that's why there's a crack in the floor. They just put it right over the lawn, which was common. So if they needed to dig the sod out, dig the topsoil out, lift it, and it would be perfect, but that's how they did it, so.
so you think this was built in the 50s?
1950.
Okay.
They sold this house, owned 2 or 3 lots, or maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
If they owned that house, that basement next door was put in 1948. And then they finished the house in 52, but in 1950, I think they said they sold 2 lots that way to build the church, and they took the money, or some of it, and they built the bathroom addition on the house, built the garage, and switched the furnace from coal. Those are the 3 things I know of that they did with some of the money. So, yep. So I know the garage was built, and I believe that there's a quarter in the approach out here. If you look,
Why'd they do that?
they did.
Oh. Well, there's something.
See right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll clean that back up, and they drilled a hole or put a nail through it and stuck it in the cement. And I think that's what they probably took a brand new quarter and.
So I've painted the door over the years and painted the siding, but it's time to start working on this. We're gonna get a little break in some temperatures this week, so I can start scraping and doing some touch-up painting here. He's gonna do a little foundation work on the back porch and roof this very soon too. So the whole house has been re-roofed except for that because the slope is so extreme that you can only do it with roof jacks, which is gonna be only with him. And these are called Sheriff Goslin shingles. They interlock. It's supposed to be a lifetime warranty on them, and they don't last any better than anything else. And once one of them goes, because they're interlocked, they're all gonna go. So this place had a cement slab put on the back at some point. The lady he bought it from had a son who played basketball, and the downfall of that is, you know, they had this little basketball court here, and we'll fix it all up and have it just be a barbecue patio. The back window's been replaced at some point because it was broken up. He did that, but we've got to replace a lot of siding on this like we did that house. So they were basically running balls and jumping off of the back side of the house, so to about, you know, 5.5 feet up, and then all the holes up there. We've got a little work to do. So the whole place, the house next door. I don't know why they did it. No eaves troughs anywhere around, and not much of an overhang either. So the paint's, yeah, a little rough for that. So we might have to add some eaves troughs. I don't know if you guys do that on your garage where you're at or not. You'll have to let me know, but you can see it looks like there was probably a basketball hoop up here at one point too. So yeah, just a little fix-up job, a little bit of cosmetic work, and that's what we're gonna do. So we needed to gain a little more height. This door that we took out, the actual door was measuring about 30 by 79, so a 32 by 80 rough opening. We needed a little more height. There's no like header there at all, and at some point he did something to add, was there no power out here at all?
Yeah, there wasn't. That's right. I trenched it.
So he's got a junction box, or he left enough slack that he can do that and raise up the wires above the door a little bit. Yeah, there was no lighting in the front. Probably not even.
I can't remember. I did those two lights right there. So.
Yeah. Yep. So this door, like I said, 32 by 80 rough opening. We need a little more height, and part of it is the threshold. Because this has the threshold, it's taken the full 80 there, and we're thawing a little bit today, so he's been scraping away at any dirt and ice that's built up, but we've got more of an opening going on here. And now you just rough fit it and figure out your header.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
It's not too hard. It's pretty basic homeowner stuff when you're having to rip the whole thing out. One of the other houses, everything new matched up with old, so we just tossed the door jamb and used the door for that, and then we just had to do new weather stripping on it, and it was great. This is not the case with this. So overall, it's pretty much a pull out the old door and set in the new door kind of deal. Use a level, nail it in. Now he always uses like 10D nails and sink them into the sides really good. This brick molding, it's really good to do it in different areas because you can see kind of up close. This is the Menards door. They piece it together. Here's another piece. Here's another piece. So each one is about 6 inches. Now, something that we didn't realize when we bought this door, you could buy one for about $30 less called their Commander door, and this is their Mastercraft door. The Mastercraft had the cutout for the deadbolt and the handset. However, it did not have the notching on the edges for your lock set. And remember to buy yourself a new lock set when you do that. So the lock set manufacturer recommends that you pop these face things off. However, we have enough room with it as it is, so we're just doing it that way. Now they give you these short little nails or screws for anchoring in your strike plates, and then they give you about a 2-inch screw for the upper. Now in this door, it's really hard to see, this is all you got, is this 1/2 inch right here. And that's the only thing keeping out somebody from kicking in your door. So something we always do is add a section of 2x4 here in the frame that's going to reinforce that door. But on this frame, there's a 2x4, a space, and another 2x4. So he's going to cut this 2x6, and it's going to help sturdy up and strengthen that door for every time it opens and closes. You can see it a little better back here. So we can do that and have, these are the screws that they give you for your top strike plate for the deadbolt. Well, that was going to stick out with nothing there. He says they're basically building them for 2x6 walls on new construction. So on something old like this, if I had to put this in, there's just nothing. See that? So now it's going to have something to drive into sideways, and then add the 2x4 to the face if we want. Right?
Mm-hmm. I gotta cut this, okay?
Okay. You like his OSHA approved safety gear and workbench, everybody? A tip that he told me is he put shims under the door. This piece right here is like a composite material, some type of poly coated. Ours at home had a big gap right there from kind of a ramp going into our garage. He shimmed that so that it's not in direct contact with that concrete and setting there, and then hopefully that will help keep some of the water and ice out.
I do need a new bit.
Oh, I got some new bits. I knew. I don't know how to open them though, and my thumb is split.
Do you use long screws on top? Oh, you're using construction screws?